Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Leah T. Porter and I'm what I like to call a serial entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur, and all of those things like that. And today we are talking about merch with a purpose. How you can create exciting and very new and innovative merch for your business that is really connected to a mission and a vision that people can buy into. That's what we're talking about today. Stay tuned. So today, when we're talking about merch, I'm gonna be really focusing and concentrating on Creole Nutcracker. So if you are new here, really quickly, Creole Nutcracker is a stage production that puts a Louisiana Creole culture spin on the 19th century classic of the Nutcracker. We know that there are so many different renditions done around the world of that particular production. We thought it would be neat and really cool to put a Louisiana cultural spin onto it. We're going into our 8th year, and since year 1, we have had merch. Of course, when people do these types of things, you'll sell t-shirts and hats and sweatshirts, and that's what we did. Year 1 we had t-shirts, year 2 I think we had t-shirts and sweatshirts, and eventually we moved to hats. We've done Christmas ornaments, we've done lapel pins, we've done jerseys. Our 5th anniversary show, we got a piece from a local artist, Bryant Benoit, who is absolutely amazing at what he does. We got him and commissioned him to do a 5th anniversary painting, and we also sold prints of that painting and still do every year. We also have sold greeting cards with the 5th anniversary painting on them, and we've published a book, Clarice and the Creole Nutcracker, which I'm gonna do a whole video on that particular book, which is really, really amazing. But over the years, we have done different type of merch, different type of products, really for people to be able to celebrate the show, but to have a piece of Creole Nutcracker all year, and a piece of something that gives them an opportunity to celebrate their Creole culture and their Creole heritage. And for the past 2 or 3 years, we've been thinking, okay, what is the next step for our merch and our products? And while we have many different ideas, today we're gonna be talking specifically about our Christmas pajamas. So this year, we decided to do some Creole Nutcracker Christmas pajamas. And listen, this was an excellent idea that came to me by one of my board members through my nonprofit Heritage Park. Heritage Park has been doing some work in collaboration with Creole Nutcracker for the past 2 years. And we were really thinking about what are some ways that we can deepen our reach within the community. Creole Nutcracker is a trusted brand in the community and one that people really feel connected to. And we just really thought it was a good idea. One of my board members, Harmony, I always want to say Harmony Laos, Harmony Rochon. I always tend to call people by the name they were before they were married. I got a bad habit, so I have to remember that. We were already, as I mentioned, for the past 2 or 3 years, looking at and thinking about how can we expand our merch? Like, what is the next thing? There are a lot of ideas that we have that I won't share on camera today, but we thought about doing onesies. We thought about doing Christmas sweaters. And so really was putting into the universe, like, we want to start to expand. We want to start to do more than just t-shirts, more than just sweatshirts and hoodies. We want something that people can really feel connected to. And so when Harmony came about the idea for the Christmas pajamas as a way for us to fundraise for the nonprofit, it made perfect sense. And it was right in line with what we had already been thinking, again, for the last 2 or 3 years. And so it was really God sent and an idea that we thought was absolutely amazing. And so this year we are doing our Christmas pajamas, which is really exciting, really exciting. I'm gonna share them with you today. So why are the pajamas so exciting and just really like lights my fire? It's because of what it stands for. Every single thing that I do or that I attach myself to is from an intentional space, and giving people the opportunity to feel culturally rich, to feel celebrated, to feel understood. That is the things that I like to be connected to. And I feel like these pajamas represents that. It represents cultural pride, it represents family, it represents community, it represents joy. Those are the things that really are at the forefront of the Creole Nutcracker production. It feels really good to be able to create something that people are going to feel comfortable in because they feel really nice, really great material, but something people feel proud to wear. And these pajamas do all of that. And so we have different designs. We have a crawfish, of course, being from Louisiana. This is one of our favorite foods. It's my favorite food, crawfish. I can literally eat about 8 to 9 pounds of crawfish by myself in one sitting. And then look at this, y'all. Who would not want their little baby? It's a baby onesie. This is so cute. Who would not want their little baby in a little crawfish onesie? I mean, come on, it's cute. But we have from adults, of course, to children and infant sizes, really giving the whole family an opportunity to celebrate their cultural heritage and take some cute Christmas photos. You know, I don't have any kids. Well, I do have a kid, my dog Nori, she's my baby. I'm a person during the Christmas holiday, my family, at one point we were doing Christmas pajama parties every single year. And every year we were buying pajama sets for the party. And so even if you're not a parent and you can't purchase a onesie for your children, I always thought that something like this was a product and an item that a lot of people would buy into and purchase during Christmas time. So why mission-driven merch, and why you should really think about that, like whenever you are creating merchandise for your business, like how to make sure that it is mission driven. So again, these pajamas represent comfort, it represents family, but it represents cultural pride and legacy. And so making sure that your merch is attached to a mission that is true to your business and true to you. These are truly designed with families in mind. Like, people from the show are always asking about how can we either watch the show, you know, how can we experience Creole Nutcracker all year long? And so these are things that people have come up to us after a show and have, you know, mentioned to us. And so people are saying that they are wanting more. They want to stay connected to something that makes them feel joy and feel happy. So what are those things that people want? Oftentimes we are creating things that we want, but it's okay to also listen to your audience members and even ask them, well, what would you like to see? What would you like to wear? What would you wear? Would you wear a hat? That's some questions that I've been asking past cast members, different groups of people in the community. What are some things that would make you feel connected to your culture and the Creole Nutcracker all year long? So don't be afraid to ask. So your merch needs to be more than just something that's cute or pretty. It needs to be something, again, that evokes some type of emotion or make people connected, feel connected to what it is that you're bringing to the forefront. And a very unique, this is our big design, crawfish with Christmas lights. And the pants also has Christmas lights down the side. We have the Creole Nutcracker logo with the Christmas lights down the side. Just a super cute look. And as I mentioned, the fabric feels really comfortable, super duper comfortable. But a really big part of, again, creating these pajamas, these mission-driven merchandise, is when people purchase each pajama set, percentage of the sale will go back to the nonprofit Heritage Park. So people are not just buying, you know, a piece of a pajama set that they can wear for their Christmas pictures or wear for the family Christmas gathering. But by buying the merchandise, they're also being a part of helping to uplift our community by giving to a great initiative. Heritage Park has multiple programs. We have scholarship funds where we give dancers scholarships to train all over the country. We have a male mentorship program where we bring in male professional artists and creatives to come in and mentor young men in those fields. We have BTE, which is the Black Theater Experience. It's a regional theater company that supports local artists, so directors, actors, stage managers, and then also giving our community an opportunity to see works from diverse playwrights. And so when people buy these pajamas, that is what people are supporting. So they're not just only getting a piece of that cultural pride that they get to hold on to in the merch, but they're also giving back to the community, and they're also a part of building the very community that we are celebrating and representing within the Creole Nutcracker fabric and production and brand. When I say mission-driven merch, that is what I mean. merch that is really thought about. You're thinking about the community and how you can give back, but you're also thinking about the merchandise itself and how it connects to people. So very important. That's why I keep saying it over and over again, because it's important. So what was the process like? It was a really great process, really interesting. And we worked with a really good designer out of Canada who really made the process very easy. And we had to think about every single detail. I mean, every single detail from the fabric. I mean, there's different styles of pajamas. You have button downs, you have flannels, you have cotton, you have different types of fabric. So it's deciding what type of fabric we were gonna go with for this, first set of pajamas. Of course, designing what we want the crawfish to look like. Do we want it to look like a stencil? Do we want it to look more animated? What do the lights look like on the crawfish? Even the strings of the lights and the colors of the light bulbs, so that way it can really pop against that red crawfish or the color of the actual pajama set. And then getting into that, which took us the longest to figure out what colors did we want to do the pajama sets in. We decided to go with 3 different colors to start off with, which was a peanut butter, a cream color, and then a blush. And the blush came in at the end, like right before we ordered samples, the blush came into the conversation. And so there's so many things that you have to think about in that process. We worked with London for months, and again, he was absolutely amazing. We have our baby onesies, thinking about how are the buttons gonna snap? What do they look like? Do you want drawstring? What do the end tips on the drawstring look like? Are they gold? Are they silver? Literally every small detail that you can think about when it comes to designing clothes, you have to think about those things and what you want them to look like. And so it was a very interesting process. It was also really good to, bounce some ideas off of my brother, Kyler, who is a fashion designer himself. He has his own line called Permanent Vacation, which is super dope. And he does more urban luxury design. And shout out to him too. Kyler is in school at SCAD, working on his master's in urban luxury design, getting it. He has a really good eye. He understands clothes, how they should look, how they should fit, how they should feel. And so it was really good to have somebody to piggyback some of those ideas off of as well, and just to make sure that we were going in the right direction. All of those things we had to think about, even down to the packaging, what you want the packaging to look like. What do you want the packaging to say? And during this entire process, also staying connected to what you want the visual and the feel of this product to look like. So it's not just designing and putting all of these things together, but not the back of your mind, in the front of your mind, always remembering what that mission and that vision is, and making sure that you're designing it in a way that is staying connected to that. So if you are not new to this channel, or even if you're new to this channel, I have said several times that Creole Nutcracker is not just a stage production, but it is a full-on brand. And this is what I mean. We're always thinking about ways to stay connected and rooted in what Creole Nutcracker is all about, which is celebrating our culture, bringing joy, excitement, and allowing people to feel seen and be seen. And we are doing exactly that with this merch. So here are some tips for you. Start off with what your audience is asking for. And sometimes they may not necessarily tell you up front what they would like, but you can ask. Ask them what they would like. What are some things that they want to see and would feel inspired to purchase or buy? Sometimes you have to really listen to what people are saying, and that might give you some ideas. Again, people were asking if they could watch the show after they had saw it on stage, where they could watch it, if we were doing different types of shirt and different types of sweatshirts every year, and people wanted to continue to be connected to Creole Nutcracker all year. They've asked, is December the only time of the year we're gonna do the show? And so that was really like one of the reasons why it was important to continue to push forward with thinking about ways that people can stay connected to the production, because they want to stay connected to how they feel whenever they are either participating or they're attending. So going back and making sure that you are listening to your audience and what they want, and even if they're not telling you what they want, not being afraid to ask what they would like to see from you. Next is make sure that your products align with your values. Make sure that you have a clear mission and vision of how you want people to connect to your product. Think, does this product add value to the story that I'm telling? Is this product connected to the value of what my business or whatever my service is? That is a really important question that you want to ask. Make sure that it is an extension of what your business represents. How is this thing going to add and create more value to my business and to what it is that I'm doing? And then make it intentional. It could be something super simple, but as long as it is intentional and you put intention behind it, that is what people are going to be attracted to. Like the pajamas, something very simple, something very sleek and clean, but it is connected to our culture, and it's also connected to a bigger mission and vision of continuing to positively drive the youth in our community through arts and culture by purchasing a pajama set. Because purchasing a pajama set is not only you getting a piece of merch to celebrate your culture, but you're also funding arts and cultural programs for kids in your community. So again, intentional yet simple is always going to be a great driver for you with your products and your merch. And so the Creole Nutcracker Christmas pajamas are just a very small part of the Creole Nutcracker universe and the Creole Nutcracker brand. As I mentioned, we have so many ideas. When I tell you I be having ideas swirling in this brain of what we can do and what we can bring to the community and to the forefront for Creole Nutcracker, we have a lot of ideas, and the pajamas are just a first step of a new evolution of how people can stay connected to the magic and the joy of the Creole Nutcracker. If you want to support and you want to grab a set, or you want to grab pajamas for your whole entire family, go to thecreolenutcracker.com, and there is where you can purchase. Again, when you are purchasing these pajamas, it is not only you purchasing a part of our Creole culture and celebrating the beauty and the brilliance of it, but it's also you giving back and helping us to fund cultural arts programs for the young people here in our community, because we want to continue to give back in the best way possible. And with your help by purchasing these pajamas, you can do that. And if you are a creative entrepreneur and you are interested in looking at dropping some intentional mission-driven merch, drop a light bulb in the comment section. Be sure to like this video, and make sure, if you have not already, subscribe so you can get some goodness along the way. Because I got some more stuff coming, y'all. Some more good stuff coming. So make sure you subscribe. Bye.